Hey everyone, welcome to the Sitch Show. It's I believe, our 19th episode with Matthew Stapley and Ashley Mathieu. We have something good for you this week again, free readings, view on world affairs from intuitive perspectives, and we look forward to answering your chats. So join me right now. We're about to go live. That sounded so cool. Where's the other people? I guess they're going to come in. Hey guys.
Fix your microphone, for the love of God.
You gotta be kidding me. I thought it was okay in the beginning. I don't know what to say anymore.
I don't think we've done, so if we're on the 19th episode, I'm pretty sure this is the 19th time that your microphone is just not at par.
I think I know why. Just give me 1 second.
It took you 19 episodes to finally figure it out?
No. I think it's there's 2 Facebook pages open or whatever. So, anyways, maybe I should.
What does that have to do with your microphone? You're like a kid
that
that's screwed up and is trying to scrounge for any excuse possible.
Just maybe
Is it
try.
still live? Because I'm not seeing the people just go through. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
You're just a giant technical mess.
Amusement for today. So,
Like,
how
Just
have you been doing?
untangle the wire between the
Between
two
your
tin
ears.
cans. Untangle the wire between the 2 tin cans, and I'm sure we'll get clear reception.
You gotta click on the little gear on your little box at the bottom and make sure you're on the right mic.
I'm on the.
There.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't change
Amazing.
nothing. I tricked you. I didn't change. I just
You-
clicked. I didn't change anything. I swear to God.
The clicking worked because
Okay,
it
well,
definitely
perfect.
changed something.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
like saying you didn't shit on the floor when shit's on the floor. Like, let's be real.
Okay, that's a bit disturbing, but anyways. Now, on a lighter note, or more healthier note, first of all, I just wanted to,
Pooping's
before we
healthy.
start, for those of you, I know we have people from England sometime. So Captain Moore passed away this week, and for those of you that don't know, Captain Moore is the centennial. Actually, he was in the army. Actually, he took his rock. What do you call those chairs?
Wheelchair?
No, the one you walk on.
A walker?
Walker. He took his walker, and at home, he did a charity fund and raised over $10 million
Wow.
just on using his walker for COVID. So he was knighted Sir Captain Moore, I believe. And so I just wanted to give not a shout out because he passed away, but I just.
Is it
wanted
bad that I
to-
want to call him Captain Morgan?
Just maybe a shout up then. A shout up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout
You
up.
got it. Perfect. That's brilliant.
Should we all do shots of Captain Morgan?
I don't drink, but I will put water in a shot glass and pretend to be loaded.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, how have you been, guys? Because we're stay at home here in Ottawa. I'm not sure where everybody is, but here is. I thought there was a curfew at 8, actually, and Ashley is the one that explained.
Guy
it to
can't
me.
work his microphone and he doesn't understand what the news is.
Or provincial
stay-
borders.
Yeah.
I'm not good with orders.
We're in Ontario.
And that's okay. Any questions? So what are we going to do? Is any huge topics apart from cryptocurrency, which we talked about last week? Crypto is going up again. Ashley's
What did I
happy.
say?
I'm happy.
What did I say?
Correct. Actually, something cool for those of you that are going to start looking into it. Read on blockchain, not just cryptocurrency, because you want to understand really anything. So blockchain is just a process for identification.
Listen, if they're not going to understand cryptocurrency, they're not going to understand what blockchain is either. But
That's
just
okay.
read
They
about
can
it.
just
That's me.
do like I did
That's
and
me.
just read it. And there's a big, for those of you that are there that know a little bit about it, the I believe it's Ethereum going on the Chicago Stock Exchange. Is that the one? There's an exchange for no, sorry, it's not Ethereum, but
yeah,
there's
Ethereum's
an
not going on the stock
in
exchange.
Chicago on Monday that's gonna use Ethereum based.
It's a DeFi.
Correct. So I'm gonna leave that up to you now and go talk about something else.
I should go
because
put my
we're gonna lose
nerdy
people like we did last week.
nerd glasses on.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. But what have you guys come up with this week in terms of what's new?
Oh man, the energy in the world, at least in Ottawa, has been super crazy in the ethers in the last 24 to 48 hours. Like there's definitely a kick up in some kind of crap cyclone. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's been really like at an energetic level, things have been fluctuating like crazy, and I can feel a very divisive energy flowing through the world, and so that means that it's going to try to come between people. It's going to make people frustrated and tired and angry, and basically it'll be like a giant Monday fest for like a little while. I also feel like it's very important for people to really take care of their mental, emotional, and of course physical too, health in the next week or two, because I feel like the isolated feeling or like the feeling of being alone is going to be a challenge. Even if we open up, I feel like people are still going to kind of feel that way a little bit. So it's very, very, very important to, you know, do things that bring in like a positive mental health within you, and also to realize you're not going crazy, because we are all feeling it. If you've got energy sensitivity, psychic sensitivity, empathy, any of those things, this next week or so is going to be a little bit like a roller coaster. So just be aware of that. Ways to get through that are by grounding yourself and, you know, eating properly, sleeping properly, all of that. Very, very, very important to stay on top of those things, especially over the next week or two.
So what you're saying is if you have no soul, you'll be perfectly fine.
Totally. You won't even notice
Perfect.
a thing. Yeah, you'll be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think it's very important that we mention mental health, because we've been at this for what, more than 11 months now? We're going to approach a year pretty soon, right?
Yeah, it'll be a
And
year
so
on the
people
15th
tired.
or 16th of March.
Correct. There's on and off curfews, hospitals are full. And actually here in hospitals in Ottawa, and I'm not sure if it's this, it's probably the same around the world right now. There's, you know, some of the people that are paying for it the most are in psychiatry, because they've lowered the number of beds. So people that actually go in psychiatry have no really place to go right now, because the hospitals won't take them as much, because they're reserving the beds in case the COVID goes up, so that they actually have hospital beds and not overflow them. So I can only imagine across the world what it looks like. So probably we want to ask people, you know, what have some of the challenges they've been living through in the last week or so, and what kind of techniques maybe we could give them, or insights, or some hope, man, some hope.
Totally. And you know what, psychiatry, like inpatient psychiatry was already a problem like before this, because unless you went in with like, you know, toxic blood levels of drugs and noose around your neck and slit wrists, they were going to send you home anyway. So now it's you know, it's to make that even worse, it's brutal. It's super hard.
Well, they
I've
have
seen
done, and
lots
I
of
know
people
for a
turned away.
fact, I'm not going to say where, but certain hospitals were not allowing certain people that were usually going there on suicide watch. And unfortunately, like a friend of mine told me, 3 of them actually committed suicide. Finally did. So I know it's hard for everybody right now. For those of you that are, you know, have family members or friends that are suffering through mental illness, sorry, it's not my microphone, it's my mouth. You might want to, you know, check on them a couple of times. You know, I know my mom's alone for months now. My certain aunts that I have, certain family members, I actually have my father's mother-in-law actually passed from COVID last week. So that's pretty close. And I know that some people are getting more and more tired, but at the same time, it's not going to be over right now. It is getting low in terms of count at some places. The vaccine is getting hope. And what are some of the things that some of you are living right now? Let's check it out. It's here. Healing energy virtually everywhere. That's very true.
Yeah, we definitely need extra of all of that. Like
cabin
a lot.
fever, very true. What are some people doing again? Actually, what are some of you doing for cabin fever? The fact that you're just like us, we're staying at home. So I know sometimes actually this is going to be a miracle. You listening, Ashley?
Yeah.
All right. So pay attention. I'm only going to say it once. I know you're going to ask me after, but I'm only going to say it once. So as you know, my girlfriend's dog is here. I'm doing the dog sitting or whatever thing. I actually walk the dog.
Okay, wait,
took
whoa,
the
whoa,
dog
whoa. There's a
and then
difference
walked
between.
for 20 minutes with the
There's a
dog.
difference. No,
beside
hold
me.
on. There's a difference
telling you.
between opening the door and letting it run out at the door for 20 minutes and actually taking it for a walk.
No. I did the walk, totally the walk thing. I took the leash, I put it on the dog thing around its neck, right? Forget what that's called.
It's called a
I
neck.
told the dog, follow me, we're going for a walk. I think it understood because it followed me. I opened the door and I went out and I noticed from my friend we used to have an RCM, a dog, trained dog for
Canine.
drugs and all those things. He said the dog has to be on your left and it can't be going further than where you are. So I took the leash, I wrapped it around, and I walked the dog. I walked all the way down and I came all the way back and I let it go inside. It's the dog room now. It's no longer the cold room. It's the dog room because it's so huge.
So are you saying that you're like the dog whisperer now?
I didn't whisper. I just told her what to do. I said, come here, go there. Sit.
Did you use your alien techniques?
I looked at it straight in the eyes and I said, you're going to follow me now. And it did. So for some of you, this is a miracle because I don't like dogs. Everybody knows I don't like dogs.
I should give you
But
my
Or it's swear word.
there, and it's, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk it. So I did it twice.
My wiener dogs would drive you absolutely
It's a
bonkers.
miracle. I'm telling you, it's COVID. COVID has changed me. Just want to take this moment here. Okay, now, anybody else has a major change and going through some major change through this?
I'm not going through major changes, but I am and have officially rebranded my podcast, which will be first episode should be up in like a week and a bit.
Nice.
Yep, it's called The Roast Show.
Nice.
Yep.
We have here Teresa. I just missed it. Said that she was remodeling her house. That's perfect. A lot of people are doing that now. At the same time, it's helping businesses, so that's really cool. And for some of you, it's actually allowing you to be more creative, which also allows you to sort of like escape and, like when we go to the movies, do something in that sensing. So that's perfect. What else do we have? Tammy just discovered rug cleaning videos yesterday during my day-long anxiety attack. Oh, cool. I didn't know. That's
It's kind of like using them like ASMR, I think. That's super
pretty
cool. Yeah.
What else do we have? Every day I remind myself to be grateful. Vinita Santoshi. I hope I said that right. And something that brings me peace and joy. That's perfect. So again, I suggest to people every day, what you do in the morning is you find 5 things that you're grateful for when you're getting up, and actually when you're going to bed, or just about when you're going to bed, to find 5 things, either for you yourself, or you can actually teach your kids. I do it with my son every night.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, I'm too tired now.
Jennifer,
do it anyways.
Jennifer,
I just found out. Sorry, go ahead.
Just found out the star shifted. I'm not a Pisces anymore. Do not worry, Jennifer. You are still a Pisces. That has been going around literally every year since the internet started. You are still totally a Pisces. It is not accurate in astrology.
Isn't that according to your birthday? How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. Like your sun. So your sun sign is basically where the sun was in, like, which constellation it was in at the time of your birth, based on your physical location. So yeah, that's how that happens. But like in the last few years, every year this meme circulates. It's total misinformation. It says a 12th sign has been added or whatever, and so they say that everyone shifted over a little bit, and it's absolutely not true. Do not worry about that.
I hope it
at
helped
all.
Her. That's a major change for her from what she just wrote here.
Yeah, could you imagine having
at least she believes. She's like, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm like a lead,
not accurate.
Like I wouldn't have been able to answer that.
Yeah, no, definitely do not throw out your Pisces mug and your Pisces keychain, your Pisces lanyard and your Pisces underwear and your Pisces card thing in your wallet. Like, keep all of that. You're still a Pisces. Don't scrub away the Pisces tattoo. Like, you're good.
Get it tattooed over with a new sign, like a Libra sign.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we have here? Other people, what are you doing? Decluttering and getting rid of a lot of stuff. Okay, perfect. So some people are usually doing that around spring. I guess now is a better time as anybody else.
Tammy says, I don't know. Someone saw one once. It's from a comedian, but we say that to each other all the time.
What else do we have here? Let's see here.
If you are at home and stuck in the house because of COVID and you haven't done nothing for nothing in the last 11 months, take this as your get off your butt and do something.
We have somebody
I
here.
will.
I'm not sure if you could put it. Carla, yesterday I had a meltdown. I was mad. I was crying, and it came out of nowhere. Then I was fine. It was like being on a roller coaster. That might be some signs of depression. Isolation does that to you over time. And some people will just have enough and they'll just break from the inside.
Yeah.
Right? So
There's a lot of that happening now.
Yeah. The important thing is if you have somebody you can talk to or not feel that much alone when you're feeling about those things, or just also, look at what you're doing repetitively and just change some of it. So maybe you're getting into a routine and it feels like it's closing in more and more on you. What you want to do is allow yourself to be a little bit more creative. So find something in terms of creativity like that will make you have fun and try to break your your pattern a little bit. If you're not taking any walks or doing any exercise, you might want to do that. And also watch your health at this time because a lot of people are overeating right now or over drinking. I think it was, what is it, the United Nations that said Canada was getting a drinking problem, sort of. I'm like, okay.
I think Canada probably already had one.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Compared
just
Now
how the
it's
stats are
places.
showing. I remember when at first everything closed down, they let the LCBO open up. And I'm like, there's a huge chain for the beer store and everything like that. I'm like, oh my God.
Remember when we were at the club, the first one, and we looked out and there was a line all the way across the parking lot from the beer store? We were like, what the fuck?
I said, hey, Ashley, come and see this. There's a lineup at the beer store. She's like, what? I said, look, it goes all the way down there. And people
It went
had
to the Tim
cases and
Hortons.
cases. Huh?
It went to the Tim Hortons. It went right to the parking lot, all the way to the other
For those of you to
side.
get an idea, it would be like, oh my God, that must be over 100 meters easily.
It's ridiculous. 100,
150 meters of people
But I
with
think
cases.
I think this third lockdown has been tough for a lot of people, more tough than the first and second, because like the first one we were all kind of like going through it together and like figuring shit out. And
there was almost a novelty to the first one. We were all like, "Oh, look how quiet the streets are! Oh, look, a moose in my backyard!"
And then we got let out of prison camps, and then we got shut down again. So then that was super annoying. But between the first and second one, we had a taste of what we liked doing. So like going to a patio or hang out with friends, and then we got shut down again, which was for a short period of time, and people were okay. And then it reopened. So again, people got a taste of reality, going to the mall, like Tanker outlets here in Ottawa, being able to go inside of a restaurant, which is super social for a lot of people. I love doing that. And then we got hit for a third time. But this third one, I find, even for me, has been a tough one, because with this third one, it's like we don't really know when things will open up or how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And everything is just gone. And I think for me personally, the other reason why the third one for me is tougher than maybe the first one is because now a lot of small businesses are closing.
Yeah.
So the first time around, I mean, we did lose some. Don't get me wrong. Small business owner, I hate seeing businesses close because I know the blood, sweat, and tears that are put into these establishments. The second one was okay. Some closed. But this third one is really, really rocking the restaurants and the bars in the city. I just got word, what was it, 3 days ago, that the Heart and Crown in the market, which is a staple of the market, has now closed.
Wow.
And a lot of the bars on that street have also closed. So picture the summertime walking in the market and seeing all like empty. Like it's going to be empty.
That's
so. Yep.
I'm gonna find out when the Heart and Crown opened in Ottawa.
Yeah,
it's the market. A lot of staples have closed in the last 11 months, and it's hard to see, not only because these are owned by families or individuals, but like these are places when you walk in the market, you know it, like you see it and you know it's been there for so long. And now, I mean, you're gonna walk through the market in the summertime, and the market's gonna be unrecognizable. It's just going to be so different.
Yeah, I can't see it.
So they were
just. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
okay. So from what I can tell, they opened in the So they opened in the 80s, I think, from what I can possibly.
Two Irishmen, I think, opened that.
Yeah,
if I remember.
they immigrated to Canada in the 70s, and then by the late 1980s, the construction businesses was slowing down. Blah blah. Okay, so 1992, the daring duo took a big risk and opened their first pub. Okay, so 1992.
Yeah, like that pub is like, even if you're not a drinker, even if you don't drink beer, the Heart and Crown is a fun social place to go,
Really
and there's so many different rooms in there. Like, if you've never been to the Heart and Crown, when you walk in the main area, you'll end up in like some back area that's completely different. You kind of don't know where you are, but it's a great social place.
I just realized something. The Heart and Crown is where I got to start talking to people on the other side again, because I was asked by
they host events.
Genius Foundation to submit to doing the intro for Carolyn Miss in Ottawa, and my friend said, "Well, why don't you just come?" I'm like, "Well, I don't really talk to
the Heart and Crown
anymore, but I'll go." So I went there, and one of my closest friends now, Dean Tyler, I read him there, and we became close friends, and I started doing my other show on Thursdays, free reading Thursdays with him, but I met him there. I just realized that. And then,
so the Heart and
I'd
Crown
never gone there before.
It wasn't just a bar. They did something called Momo Mondays, where regular folks share their stories, and they would rent out one. I think it was once a month on a Monday. They would rent out for Momo Mondays, and it would packed every single time. So
it was so fun.
Yeah,
so
it was more than just
perspective for everybody. It's like a huge landmark just got wiped out. Like Pam just said, New York City is like a ghost town when Times Square was empty. Except imagine that most of the businesses in Times Square are closed.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Exactly.
Yeah, Heart and Crown was more than just a pub.
Is there any other? Actually, are there any other people here? Because we have people across the world here. Are there any people that have noticed that some of their major businesses or landmarks or restaurants have gone? And what are those? What are they? Restaurants? Maybe you want to share here so that we get an idea where you are, also how it affected your area. I completely forgot about that place because I haven't been downtown in months, because the restaurants are closed, so there's nothing to do there, right? But I didn't know that was closed.
Some parts of downtown, I'm sure this is going to be for every city, but like for Ottawa in particular, we're such a government town. And if you look at how the west side of downtown is situated, it's all government and like private industry, but you also have a ton of small businesses intertwined to help either with restaurants with food or coffee shops. Me, it's gym, and these other little places. But now with the unknown of like the government saying many of these departments will stay working from home X amount of times per week versus having to go in every single day. So it's going to be interesting to see, how that landscape changes for small business downtown versus what it was, which was, it was busy Monday through Friday, busy, but now there's no one there. So,
yeah, no, it's just such a crazy big change all the way around. I think of other bars like will Lookout survive? I hope Lookout survives because that would be sad.
I thought about that the other day, actually.
I know. That was such a fun the Lookout.
Oh, it's the club, yeah. Oh, is it closed?
No. It's gonna come in my
I don't think so, no, but
in my opinion, it's gonna come down to landlords really putting a hand out to help, because as much as some people think that the government is, giving all this funding, I'm going to tell you right now, do not for 2 seconds think the funding that the government's giving small business is going to keep them afloat.
No, not only that, they have to pay it back. So if they can't make it, they're probably going to help over time, help in terms of managing the fact that you're going to keep your employees, maybe if it's not completely closed, or just
I've already lost a couple employees during this lockdown. I lost in the last one too. Like that's the other thing is that we're going to have to now spend time retraining and hiring new staff. It's a goddamn shit
Yeah.
show.
No, it's just yeah, it's really crazy just to see how much it's crashing everything. And then, like I wonder if we are going to get like a fourth lockdown though, because the schools are going back, the province is about to reopen everything. Like I'm just so uneasy about it. Like I don't know. Like and then of course
April is
of
coming.
course
April is coming. Like we mentioned, April's
yeah, and of course they'll just totally be like, "Oh, it wasn't the schools. Everyone
No,
left
of
their
course
house
not.
for 4 seconds, so that's the problem." Like, yeah, it's just it's I don't know. I really admired the work of the provincial and federal governments at the beginning of the pandemic, but as it's gone along, like it's one thing to change your story because information has changed. I have all day for that. Like they were learning about it still, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. But now like it's very obvious to anybody. You don't have to be a psychic or a genius or really even like it's so obvious that there is a lot that is being not said with this, and there's a lot of like I think it'd be better if they just said, "We have no idea how to fix this, so we're going to stay in our houses." I would appreciate that. I think
It's so
honestly, I
crazy.
think that's
I
the
think
thing. Yeah.
there would be more people on the street running everywhere than nobody on the street, even the stay-at-home
So-
order.
It's hard to say.
Here's
I think
my
the
thing.
changing of yeah.
So I have a consultant I deal with in China for exportation and importation, and I was asking him like, "Hey, like what is it like in China right now with COVID?" And he's like, "Honestly, we look at the other countries and we laugh at you."
There's
And I'm
no
like,
level.
"Well, we laugh at ourselves, but what's the deal?" He goes, "We were in straight up lockdown, like couldn't leave our homes at all. Like
Yeah.
it was like military." But he's like,
Yeah.
"We did that for 3 weeks and we completely annihilated it." He's like, "We have been open since then." And he's
Yeah.
like, "The only difference between now and then," he's like, "everyone's still doing their thing. You just, if you're on public transportation, you wear a mask." But
Yeah.
he's like, you go into stores, they'll take your temperature, but everything is tracked. So here's a funny story. So on day 13 of 14, so 14 days, he needed to quarantine everybody. Well, on day 13, he thought that he could leave his place and go to a local bar and get a beer. So he left. Cops showed up at his door within like quick, because everybody was tracked with this app. It literally tracked every movement of every person. And
That's
cops showed up at his door.
crazy.
It was
That's
nuts.
crazy.
But China's back to normal right now.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I
the
think
leadership was different, right? And the lockdown was a lockdown. Like here, we have Brianna from
Right.
New Zealand. They had I think they had no more cases, and their prime minister actually was dancing for it the first time. Then they had a couple of more cases, and then they shut it down again. And now I believe they're at probably 0 now. I haven't checked the numbers, but
Like, I don't think we'll ever go to 0, but I think if we take a page out of successful countries' books and we initialize a lot of that here,
yeah.
we'll be light years ahead from where we are right now.
Totally. I think even like if they would have, like for grocery stores, for example, all they would have had to do is do something like, okay, if your birthday is from January to March, your grocery day is Monday. Like everyone's birthday is from April to June, like your grocery week is Tuesday. Like if they would have done something like that, and because that reduces a lot of things happening within those spaces. Like if they would have done all of that and locked down everything except for corner stores, grocery store, liquor store, gas station, and everything else was closed for like a month or two, I think that, or 3 months, I think we would have seen a ginormous drop in everything. And for whatever reason, I think what the problem is now is they're like, okay, the cases are going downwards, open everything back up again, and like that's where the issue lies. And
exactly,
we're going
down, up and down, up and down.
We've been so the numbers that we have in Ottawa, because Toronto's a different story, but the numbers that we have in Ottawa right now were the same when we were open.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we still all closed in Ottawa?
I know, like either close everything down for a couple of months, really close everything down for a couple of months and really bring all the numbers down and allow for enough people to have left the hospital that there's, some capacity again, or like just deal with it, like just let things happen and deal with it. And, I don't know which one of those is the right thing, but I do know that what we're doing right now is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like look at New Zealand, China, like how many other countries are now pretty much operational?
Yeah. No, it's a real
our government
thing.
jumps on it hard and shuts it down fast.
Yeah.
Not just in them, I just got it. I swear.
So then my question though to her, so Brianna would be shutting it down fast. So how much of small business was affected with, like, what did your government do in New Zealand to help businesses? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely a good thing. Like to look
Joanne
at.
Here said she was at Costco and it was like Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, Costco's like, that's the place. Hey, wait, hold on. So Costco.
There we go.
And then you're
the magic word.
Sass pants. It's
Once
coming
you
out.
jump off your chair.
So I know why everyone's going to Costco. I can't go to my friend's house and hang out, but we can meet in the frozen food section at Costco and just have a great conversation and walk around Costco, and that's fine. So if I want to catch up with friends, I will meet you in the meat section at Costco. That's all.
That works. Oh, I could have done Costco weddings for people.
And then we can go and get lawn chairs that are probably on sale because you're getting ready for spring. And we'll just put them in the meat section, sit down and have a chat.
That sounds good.
Go, Ash. I'm free after.
We'll go after the Sitch show.
I will marry couples in the cereal department because it's colorful. Yeah.
Cheerios.
Yeah.
All right. Are we close to reading time?
We've got to do some say the magic words.
Okay. Go ahead.
Repeat after me.
It's not going to work.
It's
Next.
totally going to work. The
good
shit.
Good.
Shit.
That one.
You know what? I'm just going to wait until you swear when we're not on camera, and I'm going to record it. And not only will it be my ringtone for a while, it's also going to be like a button we can hit on here every time we want to hear you.
And we'll mix it.
Yeah, totally. We are absolutely going to auto-tune the crap out of that. It'll be a whole YouTube thing. It'll be great.
For those of you that don't know, whenever I have a client and it's he or she's on the phone and they forget sometimes. So what happens is I tell my clients, if you swear and I'm on the phone, because sometimes I have to pick up right away. I have members that, call me per minute or whatever, and they're in the car and they swear. I tell them, you owe my son $1. When my kid's in the car, they have to owe $1. And so sometimes my clients are like, just put it on my tab. So
I think I owe your son like a full Ethereum coin at this point.
Correct.
I'm going to teach I'm going to teach your son how to swear in 3 languages if I ever hang out at your house. He is going to be swearing in English, French, and German, and then I'm going to make up new words that just sound really bad and teach him all of those as well. Yeah.
That's okay because he's learning phonetics right now, so.
Good. Yeah, no, it's going to happen. He will be suspended every week if I have my way. Every week he's going to get in trouble. I'll give him
So what do you have for the good stuff?
Okay.
I almost did it.
You're so juvenile.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I wanted to talk about the province of Nova Scotia. They reimbursed court fees and the fine paid by civil rights icon Viola Desmond. So Viola Desmond in the 1940s refused to leave a whites-only section of a movie theater in Nova Scotia, and she was hauled out and arrested and fined and all.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, and all of that. And so she was actually the first Canadian woman to ever be put on our currency in Canada, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, so an 11th grader basically petitioned the government. She wrote like a big thing to the government asking who was in Vaughan, Ontario. Sorry, and her name was Virginie Deschamps. And she came up with the idea of symbolic repayment when she was researching the Viola Desmond for a project in grade 8. And so Nova Scotia did grant the pardon for Desmond, and they also paid back the money that she was ordered to pay in court fees and fines. They also increased the amount to $1,000. Originally at that time it was $26, which would be around $380 now. But yeah, they paid back $1,000 to Viola Desmond's sister because Viola Desmond passed away, and Viola Desmond's sister asked that money be given to a university to go towards like a scholarship or bursary or something. So I just thought that was really cool all the way around. It was really cool.
11 years old. Wow,
yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, no, grade 11. She would have been 17.
Oh,
17.
okay. I'm
like,
wow, okay. 11 years old. What's she gonna do when she's 18?
Yeah, no, like I think it's just the coolest thing ever on everyone's parts. One, an 11th grader having the strength, courage, wisdom, and insight to do that. The other part, of course, is the Premier of Nova Scotia saying absolutely, and then going with that. And then the third part of that is Viola Desmond's sister wanting to forward that into an education fund. So I thought it was good shit all the way around. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see here. Is there another one? Did you have one, Ashley, for yourself? I talked of Captain Moore a while ago. Did you have a thing you wanted to mention?
No, I have my own, but I think I'm going to mention it maybe next week.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser thing, but I think I'm going to just wait till next week.
All right.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Does anybody else have any fun, not fun,
just
good stuff?
Do you know what I want for my birthday? Do you know what I want for my birthday? Not today. No, it's in August. But I want you to swear on the Sitch. Like for real. Like I will keep this going until then, just for that. Just for that.
I'll create a rhyme.
Sounds good. All right. So what do you guys want to talk about now?
Are we doing ratings?
Jennifer says, give him money to swear. So I wrote back, I can't be bought. So
yeah, you can. That's a lie.
Jen, that's what I meant.
That's a lie. If I said I'm going to give you $1 million for you to say shit, I'm pretty sure you would say shit.
$1 million. Yeah, I'd consider it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, see? So don't tell me you can't be bought. There's always a price.
Consider it. Do you have any Ethereum coins?
I do. I do actually. So no, you can't have them. Yep. Okay, so rules. If you've never been on the Sitch Show before, and if you have and you just forgot and you have amnesia, if you would like a reading from Matt or the Alien LA, please do not write anything for me. We will skip you. I might acknowledge you, but not for a reading. And are we going to do connections today? I know last week we didn't, but are we just going to do...
If LA wants to,
I could try.
I'm honestly pretty tired. Yeah, LA can do it. If I get anything, I'll chime in, but yeah, I did not sleep that well last night.
Brianna
I wasn't done giving my disclaimer.
Oh, sorry. I just saw that.
Rude. Girl.
Rude.
Go ahead.
So if someone would like answers, please be descriptive in your question. Do not be, again, anything for me. I'll just tell you something super random that probably doesn't make sense and is probably completely wrong. So on that note, if you have a question, please write it in the comments section. And one of these two lovely lads will answer and give insight into your questions.
That's so kind of you to say.
Listen.
Next week, Ashley, we would like to see flight attendant arm movements with your disclaimer or your instructions. I think
that's brilliant. For those of you that want to talk to somebody on the other side, if you can have the name and the age at the time of passing of the person you want to talk to, that'll help me go a little bit faster because we only like 15 minutes, not even.
13.
Ashley, we're waiting for you.
Me?
You usually
Every
choose
time I'm
for
going
us.
to pick, you just end up picking, so then I just don't pick.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, true.
Blah. See, every time that happens, I focus on one, and then a bunch just come right on in.
I know. I see. I'm looking myself.
Kim Adrain. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Hey, just wondering if you see any movement for me career-wise. Welcome to the Sitch Show. I have not seen your name before. Oh, Wonder Woman. We're friends.
I was like, what are you talking about? Just a second. I'm picking up something a little bit more in the next 3 months from now, most probably. What's the date? February. I think it's gonna be a little while. Keep searching. Yeah, I'd wait. It's gonna take a couple of months, I would say. I would stay hopeful. Don't give up. I would say it's gonna take at least, I think, 3 months from what I could see.
I'm kind of in the same boat as LA. Yeah, I see when I get to like May, June, so around the same time that you're saying, I see a shift. But it looks a little bit like it doesn't look super clear. So to me, when something's not clear, it's very mutable. It could change. But I will say that when I go later in the year, like September, October, when I hit October, I get really clear shifts and changes in career. The first week of October, I see you settling into something new. So you will have already gone through whatever process it takes to get there, and you'll be settling into a new space. That looks very solid to me and very good. So
yeah, the confidence is stronger at that point. It's more of not just a resolve, but a certainty. So I'd say around fall, like Matt said, probably around that time. The time frame, I'm not quite sure. I know for definite it's before December. I'd say close to maybe November, but there's certainty there. But June seems a little bit more heavy. But again, just keep the hope and keep moving on with it. Let's see here. I had Megan as something. I forget. Just a second. I saw a question here. I'd like to know if I can beat my depression. Just a second. Oh, here we go. I still see a little bit up and down for a little while. I think because of COVID, it's not helping. I would give it I'm sensing about 6 months. This is the number that comes to me, 5 to 6 months. I'm not sure if you're writing. I see you writing. So maybe if you're not doing that, maybe journal and look at the positive things. There's something about word anger to look at within. And that also, when it comes up, if you're able to deal with it a little bit more, then I see a clear corridor for you coming up. So I would say yes. Go ahead. Sorry, Matt.
I see the exact same time frame. When I read your question, I saw August, which it puts it at 6 months from now. I also want to say, Megan, I feel like, especially when we get through this year, I see nothing but good things for you moving forward. I feel like this depression is many layers to it. I don't think it's only mental or emotional or neurochemical, or lifestyle. Like, I feel like it's kind of everything. They're showing me that it's coming in from everywhere. I do see that for every thing that you put into healing this, you will get a lot out of it, which to me is saying that, like, if you really look at it from all of those perspectives and you work as you can. I know depression is almost impossible to push yourself to do things, but if on days, if you can, making small changes, I feel like you will get huge benefits from it. So a little change will produce a big result in your favor. But of course, we are not doctors. Always check with your healthcare team, your mental health team. But I do feel like, yes, you are going to overcome this.
Ashley, sorry. There's too many. I can't focus.
Well, and you want me to focus?
Yes.
I'm trying to see names that I've never really seen before. Hey, and Kiwi wants in. Kiwi wants a fucking reading, apparently. Buddy, say hi, everybody, okay?
Here's an easy. Here's one. 17 years old. 1997. I see Cindy J. Aldrich here. I'm sensing somebody around that age. It's a car accident. I just wanted to make sure if that's the 17-year-old who passed at that time. I'm sensing an accident or something that just stopped completely. If you can validate that, then I want to make sure I have the right person. Then I can give you the messages coming from this person here. If you're still there, Cindy, sorry. You see her, Ashley?
Not yet, but there's a Kim Andrew that I'm staring at right now.
Okay.
We'll wait until see if Cindy comments.
Or you can do that.
I'll run through.
Oh, yo, okay, yeah.
I'll run through a few like super quick ones while we're waiting. Aline Fassett, will I go back to work this year? Yes, I see that starting to unfold in the last week of May at the latest, which is good. Okay, there you have an answer from Cindy.
Cindy says yes. C.
Oh, okay, perfect. Sorry, the person's just give me a second here. What was the question? Sorry, I should have wrote this. It's fun to do the Facebook thing, but when it moves, it's just annoying. I think the name was that. Here we go, Jesse, 17-year-old. Where do you go? Here you. Okay. Yes. Just a second here. It's. Okay, so when I'm seeing the child, I call him child because he looks very young. I think you said he's 17, but he looks young to me, and seems fit. What I'm seeing is he's crying. He's saying, "I'm okay." It's like he didn't have a chance to tell you goodbye, or it just stopped like right now, right then. This second here. He says, "Just know that I'm okay," and he's speaking about two people in particular to want you to know that he loves them. Okay, so again, just in terms of the crying, it wasn't just crying because he's sad. He's actually there's a word start with R. Reveled. He's extremely happy that you were able to connect. I was able to connect, but he wants you to know that he's okay. He's looking out for you. There's something happening in about 2 months in your life that's going to be a bit more expansive for you. I think there's an opening up in terms of your heart, he's saying, and a clearing of something that was dark for a long, long time. So maybe it's related to him. Maybe it's related to somebody or something else, rather. What I do sense is now that the connection is there, and if, in terms of him being able to let you know that he's there in the evening, yeah, he keeps mentioning there's something coming for you in about 2 months that'll enable you to feel lighter and clearer regarding certain things that you've experienced that made you stay in the darkness, he's saying, for a while now. But he just wants you to know that he loves you very much and that he's going to be looking out for you. And again, there's another person. He's mentioning two people. I'm not sure the other person, if it's female or male, but he wants you to know that he wants to touch you. Just a second here. Something about like you're on your neck or something in that sensing. So it's a bit disappearing for me now. So yes, that's all. I'm sorry. That's it's just gone.
Vanita Santoa, she says, would love to know, am I ready to meet my divine life partner? Vanita, I do feel like you are. I still think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I do see that you are nearing that within your life. So just keep doing what you're doing. I don't think you're missing anything, and I feel like you're heading in the right direction for that for sure.
You see somebody else?
There was one that I wanted when we were waiting. Did we do Kim Andrew?
I don't remember that name. I don't think so.
Question
Then
is,
again, I'm on another planet right now.
So Kim Andrews says, love to hear my daughter Avery. She passed at the age of 18 on January 1st, 2018.
Yeah, and then later on it says she passed in a
Can you
car
put it the thing so I can see?
Let me find it.
It's just a few up from where Kim wrote my daughter passed in a car accident. 1, 2, 3, 4 up from there.
Who was I reading? I forgot to tell her my sympathies. I'm so sorry when I do this. I completely forget. What was her name? Jeez, forgot. Kim Andrew, I would love to hear a message from my daughter, Avery. How old was the daughter?
18.
Oh, just a second. Matt, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Sure. Yeah, I will actually. I will do this one too. All right, let me write it down. So.
Okay, I forgot the other person I was reading. So
this one kept popping out.
So Kim, please let me know if you can understand some of this. So the first thing that I get when I'm asking her to step forward, first of all, I want to say she's not by herself. I can feel an older female there with her. And I feel like the older female, when she passed away, it was really old age related. Like I can't, pick only one part of the body where this older female passed from. And I feel like that older female was a very loving, kind, like very patient person, somebody with a really, really big heart. When I'm asking Avery to step forward, I feel a passing that happened fairly quickly. I'm also really drawn to like 8 or 9, so that could be AM or PM is significant within this somehow within her passing as well. I also am very, very drawn to she's talking about you. She says that you've actually been doing okay through this grief process, that things are moving forward, that things are slowly getting better. She's definitely with you. She's talking about a dog that has digestive problems or something like that as well. So if that's your dog or was her dog or somebody else has a dog that was also connected to Avery that has digestive issues, she's mentioning that. She's definitely in a good place. She wants people to know that she was not afraid at her time of passing. She's giving me the feeling that even though it looked scary, it was something that went very, very quickly. I also want to say that where she's at right now obviously is a very peaceful, loving space. She's saying that you're going to be changing things within your home, Cindy. She's showing me like either renovating, painting, rearranging things, redoing things, something like that. And she says that this is going to be really, really, really good for you. She's also talking about a male who is alive that is also young. So it could be a young male that she was connected to. And she sends him a lot of love as well. And she's talking about his anxiety, like he's developed fears of doing things or going places or whatever. And she's sending healing to that. And she says, you can overcome this. You can get through this. So I feel like she's in a very good place. Kim, I feel like she's in a very, very, very good space. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And I think I called Kim Cindy at some point, and I apologize for that.
Sorry. Ouch. Where was I? Oh, yes, her. So the message I'm getting from this person, Avery, I believe, she wants to thank you for making her a very, very strong woman. And she says she loves you a lot and thanks you for everything that you've done with her. For her, sorry, I'm not sure if it's done for, sorry, just a second. Yes, done for her. But I think I sense she was very, very strong woman, and she wants you to thank you for that. Is the message that I got just really rapidly, like right there.
It's beautiful.
I have a really random question for Kim. Did your daughter, and like this could be absolutely nothing, I don't understand. Did your daughter ever wear like a plaid skirt, like almost when you'd have to wear like private school or like one of those Scottish? I don't want to say kilt, but does any of that make sense to you about that like item?
I wonder if she had left. Unless I'm missing something, but I'm not seeing comments from her.
Yeah, I haven't seen comments either.
No, I have a feeling she may have left. That's too bad. Well, hopefully she'll be able to see this afterwards. If anyone knows Kim, let her know that we did do the messages.
Oh, she's here. And no, it doesn't. Okay, well then I don't get it. But hopefully Matt and Eli's message helped you.
All right, and then we have Pam Gary. Will my crystal business take off and be successful? Yes, it will, Pam. I feel like by the fall you're going to see big positive changes in that. So it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while, a couple of months. For now, maybe not, but don't let go. You're gonna see some changes in about 3 months, I believe. What's 3 months from now? February, March, April, May. I'd say probably mid-May you should see some results, but like Matt said, it's just hang in there. It's going to take a little bit longer, but there will be success. But for now, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Not more difficult. It's still going to be a bit difficult. So even if though it feels like a ceiling, just know that it's like a tunnel rather, and that you're going to get out of it, and then it's going to go up.
Well, guys, I think we are reaching the end of our Sitch show for today, for this week, I should say. Alain, do you wanna cut us loose, girl?
If you would like a reading from Matt or Alain, then you can reach out to them individually.
Correct. You can just inbox us. And Matt has a show on still your show on Monday, Matt.
Kim wrote. She said, "I can relate all that you said. It would be my grandmother with her, and yes, she had extremely strong personality. Thank you so much. Awesome. You're very welcome.
Oh, you're
Kim.
very welcome. Perfect.
Very welcome. All right.
Join us next week. We're going to be doing it at the same time because actually we can't go anywhere, so it's quite easy. We just need to schedule all our stuff together. So join us if you want to see more of a different thing on our show, specific news or specific things you'd like to hear, or think we should do a little bit more readings. Just listen. No, we're not going to do an hour of reading, but if you want, we can always put a little bit more time in terms of talking to people on your side, doing a segment really just on for the future or careers, or also working in terms of mental health. So probably next week we'll come up with some other techniques. Again, reader page, we're going to start put it craft night. That's nice. Reader page. We're putting more and more stuff as we go to help you. I think the last article was revenge bedtime procrastination. Can you say that? Revenge bedtime procrastination?
10 times fast, LA. 10 times fast. Let's go.
Go.
So again, thank you for joining us. Please share with others, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Next week, I believe it's Ashley's turn.
And let us know if you want topics covered. We're always looking for topics to shoot the breeze about.
Yeah.
Or as Alain likes to say, shoot the shit about.
Absolutely. Alain, would you like to say how much you like to shoot the shit?
I love it.
But be more. What do you love?
The shit. Say it.
I love God.
Well, we all love God. That's not a swear word.
One day we'll get you so heated on this show that you will just drop a shit bomb.
I think me and Ashley need to have a meeting to see how we can drive Alain to over the edge of swearing. I think we need to figure this out. Absolutely. And for any of you,
I believe in miracles, guys.
For any of you guys who follow my page, I will see you tonight for you know what? Craft night. Definitely.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's craft night. All right. Are we done?
We're done.
We're good?
We're still there with you in spirit and in grace.
That's really how you want to leave this off? They already know that, Alain.
No, it's cheesy, but
I think, Alain, you should do a tutorial on how to properly use a microphone.
No, wait. No, we should do a tutorial. Alain should do a tutorial on how he thinks a microphone is supposed to work, because I think that would be next level amazing. I think
you can write the modules.
It would be like an SNL situation.
Yeah.
Use my university knowledge to do such a thing. It will be awesome and brilliant.
Please tell me that your university was in like computer engineering or something. Please tell me that you were a technical engineer of some kind. Okay, well that's fine. I mean, I think I get that, but like it would have been funny if you were like a computer designer or something.
I don't think so. No.
Hard pass.
Not gonna be.
Yeah.
No,
all right.
Never gonna happen.
Anyone want to say a final word?
We love you and thank you for showing up. and we'll see you again next week.
Not one damn swear word in that, LA.